One of the things that I found incredibly difficult about this whole war with Ukraine is understanding the analysts who are talking about it. I'm talking about the serious analysts, the people with the big degrees from the big universities, right? And at first I was like, what the hell is going on? Why are they talking about things that bear no relation to reality? And it's obvious reality that is easily checked. Why is it that they are saying things that just do not conform to reality whatsoever? Why are they entertaining notions that are just stupid? That are just like, what are you talking about, man? I mean, I thought about it at first quite a bit, wondering, what's going on. And it took me a while to figure it out because, I'm stupid. And so, like a stupid guy, I kept looking at these analysts and saying, what the hell are you talking about? Huh? They're saying that Russia is losing, but all I see is the Russians gaining territory. All I see is the Russian army grinding down the Ukrainian army. Why do they keep saying this nonsense? And it really clicked for me with a guy called Clint Ehrlich. Now, Clint Ehrlich is a analyst, and he's big on Twitter. And I actually did an interview with him. He interviewed me for some podcast or some show of his, right, early in the war. I think it was the 2nd of March, to tell you the truth. And anyway, this guy, Clint Ehrlich, on some Twitter thread, right, he was entertaining the notion of some American politician saying that the Ukrainians should attack Mariupol and then attack Kherson or Mariupol, it doesn't matter. Attack that land bridge that the Russians have developed and then cross the isthmus into Crimea and take back Crimea. That's what the Ukrainian army should do, this politician said. And Clint Ehrlich entertained this idea. He started saying that, oh yeah, they could do that, but then there are these other issues that crop up, and and it could be the political instability, and all kinds of bullshit. It was a long thread, and I was like, why isn't Clint just saying, hey, this is a stupid idea. It's just not possible. It's like as stupid an idea as saying that, yeah, let's go to Mars on a '67 Chevy. I mean, it's just dumb. It's a dumb idea. It's just not possible with the reality that we have. And I was struck by Clint Ehrlich entertaining the idiocy of these people, because it wasn't one person, it was like a class of people who were arguing this nonsense. And then I realized something. See, Clint Ehrlich doesn't really care about telling the truth and actually making an intelligent analysis based on facts, making a factual analysis. He cares about a salary. He cares about making money for himself. Money for himself within a quote-unquote legitimate structure. In a think tank or a government agency or a company that works for the government doing analysis, or maybe a university or something like that. I mean, he cares about that. He cares about positioning himself. He doesn't care about actually speaking the truth and making a rational, objective analysis as to what's going on. See? Because he's concerned about his career, not about the truth. Now, there's another analyst. I mean, I don't want to shit on Clint Ehrlich because it's not really Ehrlich specifically. It's the whole class. And I'll tell you about another one, a guy called Anatol Lieven. Anatol Lieven, I heard about him first from my friend Alexander Mercouris on the Duran. And Alexander is the kind of guy, he's independent. He doesn't want to belong to any of these institutions, so he speaks his mind. He speaks the truth. He says what's going on, and he has very good reasons for it. You can disagree with his analysis, but you can't disagree with his facts, and you can't disagree with the fundamental realism of his analysis, okay? I mean, when we're talking about disagreeing with in his analysis, he's thinking this, and you could think over there, but it's really just fine-tuning, right? He's not talking about things that are strictly just not possible, not within the realms of the possible, like Clint Ehrlich was doing, right? Or this guy, Anatol Lieven, whom Alexander turned me on to, and I started reading this guy, and his old analysis was pretty good, but his recent analysis, it's just laughable. And he was talking about Vladimir Putin, right? And at least he had the decency not to call him a crazy guy, but he said that he was utterly ruthless and blah, 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 and some other crap that, it missed the point. And not only did it miss the point, it was really interesting that his pieces were playing into the conventional wisdom of how the Russian invasion of Ukraine is going. And the conventional wisdom is completely wrong. The conventional wisdom, of course, is that, Vladimir Putin decided to invade Ukraine for no reason whatsoever. Okay? They just one day he just woke up and decided that, oh, this is a good idea, right? It doesn't explain how Vladimir Putin was provoked by NATO. I mean, even the Pope, literally the Pope, has said that Vladimir Putin was provoked by NATO. And of course, you go to the Daily Beast, and now the Daily Beast is saying that the Pope is actually a Putin agent. But anyway, Anatol Levin was pushing this kind of conventional wisdom nonsense, which is so divorced from reality. See, people don't act irrationally. People don't wake up one day and decide to invade another country. They don't invade it if it's not for a very, very good reason. And more to the point, see, there is no leader in human history who's been able to simply say, we're going to do this, we're going to embark on a major war, without having a whole group of people within the bureaucracy of that nation, the people around the leader, say, yeah, this is a good idea, let's do it. And of course, that whole group of people, of bureaucrats, of generals, of all the rest of it, see, they're only going to decide on a course of war if the reasons are self-evident to them. The reasons are so self-evident that they don't need defense, because a war is a serious business. It's not something to be taken on lightly. And certainly in today's world of industrialized warfare and the possibility of nuclear warfare, doubly so. And Anatol Levin, in the pieces that he's been posting, he just totally follows along with the conventional wisdom. And the thing is, see, reading his old analysis, you realize how smart the guy is. So why is he peddling bullshit? Why are all of the establishment analysts and the ones who want to be part of the establishment, why are they all peddling bullshit? Why is it that independent people such as myself, I'm a nobody, man. I mean, come on. I'm nobody. And people pay attention to my analysis a hell of a lot more than a lot of these establishment people. Why is that? The answer is self-evident. Because the establishment analysts, they peddle lies so as to please their masters, the people who pay them money, the people who can accept them as a fellow in their think tank, as an assistant professor in their university, as an associate in their consulting firm. And so they peddle bullshit. They don't speak the truth about what's going on. And so all of these establishment analysts, the ones I've mentioned and so many countless others, they peddle lies because they are positioning themselves for employment opportunities. And a lot of times these people depend on access. Like, for instance, this Anatol Levin. As I understand it, he has very good access within the National Security Council. As I understand it, he actually has direct access to Jake Sullivan, who's the chair of the National Security Council. And so, of course, so as to protect his access to these people, Levin is producing analysis that is divorced from reality. That's what's going on, see? And of course, this is a disaster for the people actually making decisions, because if they're reading basically reflections of their desires and not what's actually going on and what could actually happen given a certain set of circumstances, then they are going to make decisions that could have catastrophically bad outcomes. I mean, look at what's happened in Europe. In Europe, all of the economists, all of the analysts, economic analysts, said that the sanctions would totally cripple the Russian economy. And anybody with a little bit of knowledge about the Russian economy and the European economy and how they are intertwined and how Europe depends on the raw materials and energy commodities coming out of Russia could have told you right off the bat that Europe will suffer far more than Russia. Sorry about the air raid siren, but can't be helped. Anyway, any independent analyst, any analyst who is true to the facts could have warned the Europeans not to go down the sanctions route. But see, since there weren't any, since all these analysts were trying to mirror what their masters wanted to hear, the masters, the European Commission, all these different bureaucrats in Europe, in Brussels, in London, they went ahead with these sanctions. And now the euro is collapsing in value. Europe is not going to have enough natural gas for electricity or heating. The food supplies in Europe are in jeopardy. I mean, you have to understand the consequences of this, because the analysts who are supposed to analyze and project and come to rational conclusions based on reality are hell-bent for leather on positioning themselves over telling the truth. And that's why only independent analysts are telling you the truth. You can disagree with their conclusions based on the facts, but the facts that they're presenting are accurate, and the analysis is rational, reasonable. The West is going to make more and more bad decisions because of people like Clint Ehrlich, whom I like personally. I like Clint, but he's a liar. He's a liar and a suck-up, just like Anatol Levin is a liar and a suck-up. Just like all of these analysts are liars and suck-ups who are so concerned with their careers that they refuse to tell the truth. And it's the people who are going to suffer because the leaders are going to make decisions based on these incorrect analyses, and these bad decisions will hurt the people because these rich people who are in charge, the leaders of these countries that are in charge, they're not going to suffer, and they'll ensure that their little pet analysts don't suffer either. But you will. So understand why you have to call out these analysts when they lie, when they suck up to their masters instead of speaking the truth. Because now is the time to speak the truth. Now is the time not to be peddling bullshit.